everybody, it's Ask Susan Sunday, the place to be every Sunday on Congruent Living for seekers, for magical change makers, for creatives, for light workers, for star seeds, you name it, we're all here playing together. We've got an international community. If you're coming on to say hi, and I'm inviting you to come with your questions, leave with a new sense of possibilities. Oh, I got thumbs up already. Tell us where you're from. We've got an international community. Hi, Harish. Welcome, welcome. This month, it's always been about choice, right? And what I was aware of today is how many people are actually struggling with the choice of anger, right? So there's basically two reasons when we get angry, right? All of a sudden it comes out of nowhere and you're like, oh, I'm angry, right? Well, one is that you're aware there's a lie that you're being told, spoken or unspoken. You know, like when a little kid throws a temper tantrum when they're told, oh, you have to take a nap, you have to eat this, you have to do this, and they get really angry because they're being lied to, because for them, they're not tired. For them, they're not hungry, whatever that is, right? So, you know, you take that emotion as a little one and you bring it into this being, this body, and you tend to use that against yourself. So it's actually a choice that you've made from when you were really little of how you dealt with when someone lied to you. Oh, I got thumbs up on that already. Yep. And so you're either being told a lie or you're lying to yourself. And the lie could be, I can't do anything about this, right? So you get pissed off. Today I had an interesting thing for myself, which actually had me asking about this. I ended up reading a book for a book club that I wasn't supposed to be reading, that wasn't on the list, and it really wasn't fun and enjoyable. And the person that I was sharing that information with said, well, didn't you read on the library Facebook post that this is the book we were supposed to be reading? And I'm like, no, I just thought that's what she told us last time. And the person I was talking to kept that pushing energy, hey Maureen, of this is what you're supposed to be reading. Didn't you look? Didn't you see? Didn't you? And I'm like, oh well. And I got off the phone and I just started to get angry, right? Kind of, you know, that kind under your skin, you're edgy. And I asked myself some questions. I'm like, wow. What am I choosing to make significant about this conversation, right? Where is it hitting me that it's creating an emotion, right? An emotion of, I'm so pissed off. And then I was like, oh, who am I being pissed off with? Who am I choosing to be pissed off with? Oh, I'm choosing to be pissed off with myself. Oh, what's the value of that? Choice. Question. Hey, Suda, welcome. Choice, right? When we're willing to live in the question, yes, we're constantly choosing. We get awarenesses from the questions that we're asking, and then we can choose to ask another question, right? And so all of a sudden I was like, Susan, what is it that you concluded? Oh, that somewhere that I'm wrong. And so then I was asking myself, well, what if you were not right? You were not wrong? Haven't you always been like this? I'm like, yeah. This is how I talk to myself. Yeah. I'm like, are you creating a successful, joyous, juicy life that nurtures you? Yeah. So you would buy someone's point of view about who you should be, what you should have been doing, and how you've been doing it, for what reason? I'm like, oh, okay. And then I asked myself, what if you actually chose to laugh at all this? And so then my whole world lightened up. So I'm telling you this story because it's so fresh in my mind of how we choose anger as a way to justify right or wrong, right? And it actually is a choice. And if you're willing to dive deeper, right? If you're willing to start asking those questions of, oh, what lie is here, spoken or unspoken, right? Well, I bought the lie that I was less than, that I wasn't enough because I hadn't checked on the document. And the truth is, it doesn't matter. It's like, wow, Susan, where are you making this significant, right? It's 10 nanoseconds. It's like, oh, okay, well, actually, that's kind of funny that I would make any of this significant, right? So my question for you is, what choices are you struggling with that if you actually lived in the question would give you more of you, right? More of what you're asking for, more of, oh, that's who I am. I forgot for a minute. That's who I am. I'm not her. I wasn't the person that I was talking with. That's not who I be. Actually, I don't have a lot of points of views about anything. So I would make her point of view greater than my enjoying the moment. Right? Oh, I just got a thumbs up on that. As this is not a dialogue, for those of you who are new, or a monologue, it's actually a conversation. Please come in with your questions, your ahas, because if you have a question about this, chances are there are a myriad of other people who have questions. Oh, I'm getting lots of hearts on this. Yeah. So again, have you bought any emotion as real and true that has you struggling with choosing you? Right? Because choice is choosing you, right? I realized, wow, I'd rather choose me. And really what I was pissed off at myself for was that I had bought her world as greater than mine, or her point of view as greater than it just is, right? So where do we choose to make someone else less than or more than in order to satisfy our emotion? Right? Because emotion just comes from our thought. We think and we emote. Right? Yeah. So what are you choosing with your emotions? And or better yet, are you incorporating your emotions into the choices that you're struggling with? So that could be, oh, if I choose this, I'm going to feel badly. So many of my clients say, well, I feel guilty. Well, guilt isn't real. Right? It's something that you were entrained with. Like I always say, you can't go buy a pound of guilt at the grocery store. You actually have to buy someone's point of view of what guilt is and vibrate to it in order to decide, this is what I'm going to feel. You see how convoluted that is? Rather than just choosing you, right? Choosing. I wonder what this could create, right? Or what is it that I'm creating? A great question to ask. So I wonder, what is it that I'm creating with the choices that I'm struggling with, right? Because again, when you go into a thought and a feeling, an emotion, and it hits you so that you can't move forward, that's when I call a struggle, right? So that's when you see that you're struggling with a choice, take an aerial view of your life and your living and include you in there, right? So many people say, well, I'm taking an aerial view of everything, but they're putting themselves way over there. Include you in there. Include that joy of you. Like I was like, oh, I actually forgot that I find this all kind of funny, right? So, oh, I wasn't actually being me. I was choosing to match the vibration of the conversation and where this conversation was going, rather than expanding way out. So when I ask you, what choices are you struggling with? Are you struggling with an emotion that you've decided is real and true? Right? And actually that emotion is now owning you. Be it anger, rage, regret, guilt, blame, shame, all of those distractions that we were taught that keep us, and I say distractions because they keep us from being in true choice. True choice creating greater. Yeah. Any questions? Anything popping for anyone today? Right? Because this is, there's so many people that come to me initially, and we start to work, with their points of views about what they're struggling with. And, I always say whatever you're holding on to, whatever that struggle is holding you back from being you, who you truly, 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 truly be. And if you're willing to dive deep, and again, like I, shared with you this morning, I wasn't willing to just let it go. Like, oh, I'm aware there's something going on. What is it? Oh, I'm angry, I'm pissed off. Okay, really? What created this? right? What choices are you struggling with? Oh, what's the value of holding on to that? Hey, Claire, welcome, welcome. What's the value of holding on to that? Because if we decide that our emotions are more valuable, choosing that emotion of anger, blame, shame, guilt, if you decide that choosing that is more valuable than who you be and the future that's asking to play with you, that's not yours, right? The reason why I say if is because it's not yours. It's something that you were entrained to at a very young age, right? And perhaps you chose it to survive in the family that you were brought up in. It's not required anymore. Right? So there is nothing that's required with the word struggle. So I encourage you to be in the question and keep diving deep, keep diving deeper, right? Oh, what is this? What can I do with it? How did I create this? What am I making significant here? What am I valuing as greater than who I truly be? Hey, Jen, welcome. Love, love, I love this. I like which ways do we make love real and true that don't allow us to be us as a feeling. I'm going to read that again. Oh, yay, Kelly. Okay, good morning, Teresa. Let me go back to Jen's for a second. Which ways do we make love real and true that don't allow us to be us? So here's my question. Do you love yourself? First one, what have you decided love is that it isn't? What have you decided love isn't that it actually is? What is loving to you, right? Because it's, we don't allow us to be us. Are you in love with you? So that's where this all goes, right? If you're struggling with love, are you in love with you? Are you in love with everything about you? Do you adore you? Is there gratitude for you, right? Do you appreciate you? Do you appreciate your successes? Do you appreciate how you're creating, who you're creating with, right? Because you're the driver of that engine. If you're in love with you and that vibration of joy, whatever that is for you, right? I would say, are you matching that vibration? So when you say, in which ways do we make love real and true? It's not about making something. If you have to make something real and true, you get the physical effort of making something real and true, right? There's a force there. If you're in love with you and who you be and what you be and how you create and who you create with, that vibration of being in love with you is going to just expand out and will attract, like attracts like. It will attract that. Jen, let me know how this is for you. And for all of you this is a great conversation. Thank you so much, Jen, right? And nothing allows you to be you except you, right? That's another part of this. Oh, I got a thumbs up on that one. There's no such thing of, this doesn't allow me to be me. You are the beginning of you, right? Who you be, what you be, and how you be. And if you put yourself in a relationship where you've made somebody greater, ask yourself, what's the value of that, right? Because are you an allowance of you? Like, I was an allowance of me getting pissed off, pissy. I was an allowance of me asking questions until I cleared me of whatever it was that I was holding on to. It had nothing to do with anybody else. Your point of view creates your reality. Are you in love with you? I'm in love with the fact that I'm willing to be in questions, and I'm actually willing to laugh at myself, saying, wow, I was making that significant. For what reason? All right. Now what would I like to create? Yeah. Jen, let me know. Kelly, I've been struggling with self-judgment and fear of existential threats, possibly of homelessness with my child. What's your question, Kelly? Right? I've been struggling. When we struggle with anything, again, have a re-listen to this conversation. What questions can I ask that could change this? Would be the question that I would play with, right? Because we choose self-judgment, we choose fear, we choose threat. It's a matter of like, what is this? What can I do with it? Really, truly, dig deep, right? What resources do you have here that could actually be present? What is this? What can I do with this, right? How can I change this? Can I change this? Again, who did that self-judgment belong to, would be my question. Because again, when you're a little tiny being, you come out and you're like, hi. You don't come out and say, oh, I'm too fat for these diapers, right? You're taught to judge yourself, right? So start there. If I wasn't judging myself, what could I choose? That would be my question. Yeah. Oh, I got a thumbs up on that. Kelly, let me know if that assists you at all. Teresa, good morning. Jen says, great, thank you. I would say I could be in love with myself more. Yay. Awesome, Jen. Yep. Jen, here's a little something to do. Write on a, I'm a big one for sticky notes and writing things down. Everything you love about you. Write it down. And just keep writing. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Right? Or take a pad and at the top of the pad put I delight in, and then put everything you delight in yourself. Right? What do I love about me? Could be whatever that is for you. Right? Yeah. Slimming diaper, says Claire. Jen says, okay. I love that. Thanks, Claire. Kelly says, thank you. Cool, Kelly. Again, come on in with some more questions. Have a re-listen. Jen, that's right. Delight, right? Because the thing is, what delights you about you might not delight anyone else. Like, again, going back to this conversation I shared with you in the morning, I realized the person I was talking to, if I go back into our conversation, she actually has to be right about everything. So her insistence that what I should have done and what I could have done, it's just a book, right? And rather than saying, wow, Susan, cool for you. You read a book, you didn't have to, right? Again, how many times were we told as little children, you did the wrong thing? So that anger that comes up, whatever that is, that self-judgment, that, sense of being afraid, it all comes from when we were little, right? It all comes from what we matched vibrationally to the people that were taking care of us, to the people that were feeding us, to the people that were giving us shelter. What if you didn't require that right now? Right? Who would you be? What would you be? How would you be? If you actually let go of what doesn't belong to you. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Yay. And again, you know what? As it doesn't, I'm getting lots of hearts on that one. If it doesn't assist you, if it doesn't have you growing, you came here to have a human experience. You are an infinite being who chose a body to have a human experience. Now, what are you creating with that experience? Right? In the 100 years that you have this body, in the 80 years that you have this body, whatever that is for you, right? What is it that you came here to be and do? And let's get on it, right? Every morning, I acknowledge, receive, and embrace who I came here to be, what I came here to do, and what I am doing. And just like, yeah. So many great questions and thoughts to reflect on. Jen says, oh, thank you so much, Jen. I'm so grateful for you coming in with your comments, and I love your questions. Again, I'm so grateful when people come in with their questions and ahas. And Jen says, laugh. Yeah, for sure. That's the medicine, right? I just started to laugh at myself. Laughter, joy. The money loves joy. The planet loves joy. Who doesn't love a little joy? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. I adore you all. Thank you so much. These have been such great questions. If you're coming in later, hashtag replay. If you have comments, write your comments in. If you have questions, write your questions in. I come in and check every day. And tomorrow we'll be playing with a different way of being with choice. With as we go on through the week, I'll be popping in some motivational moments. I'll be popping in congruency quickie. So stay tuned on this channel of Congruent Living. And let's see what we can create together. Teresa, I let go of my gallbladder with surgery. Yes, you did. How does it get any better than that? Thank you, body. Thank you, body. Right? I'm choosing to thank my body. It's a choice. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you so much, says Haresh. Oh, thank you for popping in, Haresh. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you so much. I realize it's Sunday, and for some of you in India, I know it's very late at night. For some of you on the East Coast, West Coast, I know it's early in the morning. So grateful for all of you. Really, 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 you know, this has been amazing. Teresa too has made me. Not sure what that means. Maybe there's a bit of a typo there. All right, my darlings, I will love you and leave you. I am so grateful, and I appreciate you coming in. We're going to have some changes coming up. I will let you know about those. Teresa says she's healthier now. Awesome. How does it get any better than that? Great choice. We love health. We love wealth. We love being joyous. So live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader that you came here to be. Because the world needs more of you and that special sauce, not less. Claire says, have a lovely evening. Thank you all. And if you want to work with me, if you're saying, Susan, I just can't get through this choice thing, private message me and let's get on a call. And let's see if we can change what isn't working for you, because life's too short. Let's have some joy in our lives and success. Have a great day. I adore you all. Thank you so much.